Hi you guys, welcome to another vlog. This vlog is going to be based around my 10 top tips for when you're visiting Bali. So basically we'll go straight ahead, alright, and we'll go to tip number 1. So tip number 1, okay, is always wear something that's comfortable for you when you're actually going to travel on a long haul flight. Especially when you maybe have 2 flights or 3 flights or 4 flights even sometimes to get to your destination. Don't wear stuff like jeans, skinny jeans that are stuck to you, belts, all that kind of crap. Just wear something that's really comfortable, like a baggy pair of sweatpants, a pair of trainers, something simple like a hoodie or something like that, and a t-shirt. That's all you need, guys. Alright, you might not look the part, but you will more certainly be comfortable on the plane. That's one bonus for it. 2 bonuses is you get through security quicker, guys. You don't have to take off belts. You don't have to take off shoes that have metal and all that crap in it. Alright? Just make sure that you're not holding yourself up and you're not holding everyone else behind you in the queue. Alright? So that's tip number 1. So tip number 2. Basically, before you arrive in Bali, okay, there is a few things that you need to do on the plane. Everyone has to do this. There are 2 forms that you must fill out and complete before you land. You can do it in the airport, but you're only going to hold yourself up. So do it before you land. The number 1 is a yellow form. It will have English and it will have Indonesian writing. Just fill out the part that says English on the reverse side and the front side. Alright, it's to do with your health and have you visited countries that have influenza or anything like that. So make sure you fill that out correctly and take your time doing it. The second one is for customs. Alright, so this is very important. Once you go through the immigration line, which by the way you will be queuing for quite a while when you will arrive in Bali. But once you get through that, before you get and you collect your bags, basically you have to go out through another small, let's say quite a smaller line. Alright, and it's to do with customs. So if you have anything to declare or like that. So basically it's your yes and no and all this kind of stuff. You hand the form, that's it, done. And then you are out and open. So tip number 3. Tip number 3, guys. Prepare yourself for a very long immigration queue. I myself, I think I was waiting for about an hour and I was told that I was quite lucky. The trick is, guys, as soon as you get off that plane, get to the immigration as quickly as your 2 legs will carry you. If you have to push people out of the way, then do it. Okay? Tip number 4, you guys. Right, tip number 4. Before you go on your trip, make sure you do this one very simple thing, but it will save your life when you arrive in Bali. Basically, you want to make sure you have a pre-arranged, alright, with your villa or whatever accommodation you are staying in on the first night. Make sure you have a pre-arranged pickup and a time for your flight and give them your flight number as well. Alright, reason for this is you will be mobbed, absolutely mobbed at every angle. From the back, front, east, west, north, you name it. They will come at you in their hundreds, basically. Taxi, 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 taxi. It's crazy. You don't want to face that, guys, after you've just got off a long haul flight and you are tired and cranky and all you want to do is go to sleep. So make sure you have a pre-arranged trip pickup and give them your flight details and the time that you land. And they will be there with a sign with your name on it, and all you have to do is find your name out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of names. But just keep looking. I was very lucky, I found mine straight away. Alright, so just that's the one tip. Okay, so tip number 5. Tip number 5, you guys, right? Tip number 5 is basically get to your accommodation as quickly as possible. Once you get there, unpack and unwind, guys. Alright, make sure you get a good night's sleep and you start afresh the next day, because Bali is one big adventure from beginning to end. It's basically just, it's a very, very long holiday. So it's basically, I've had time of my life here so far, but it hasn't stopped since I got here. And I've been very, very tired at night sometimes, and because of the jet lag and stuff like that, you need your sleep, trust me on this one. Okay, so tip number 6. Tip number 6, guys. When you arrange trips, do not arrange your trips within the hotels, because they are charging you way extra for that. Alright, so don't do that at all. Basically, what you want to do is you want to go out on the street and start checking all the people down along the street. Alright, as try maybe 2, 3, 4 of them. Alright, and bargain with them. Make sure you bargain with them. That's so important, guys. They will guarantee you will get a better price down the street. Alright, especially for big trips like going to the Gili Islands or something like that. Okay, so tip number 7. Tip number 7, right, when getting a taxi in anywhere in Bali, this is your one big tip. Go with the Bluebird taxis. They are noticeable because they are the colour blue. Whenever you're in a hotel and you ask for a call for a taxi, make sure you tell them you want a Bluebird taxi, and make sure it's a meter. Alright, because if not, they will charge their own prices, and they're probably double, triple, maybe 4 times the amount of what you should actually be paying. Alright, taxis over here are incredibly cheap, but they will screw you over at any turn. Don't ever let them think that you are here just for your first trip. If they ask you, just say, no, I've been here before. Alright. Tip number 8. Right, so tip number 8, guys. If you are traveling in a group, my recommendation is you get a villa. You've seen some of the villas that I've rented out here already on my own. Yes, it was cheap, alright, but it could have been a lot cheaper, guys, if I had 2, 3, maybe 4 people with me, okay? They are incredibly cheap here for a night. You can get a 4-person villa, like what I'm getting tomorrow night, for €60 a night in Ubud. That's for nothing. That's divided by, say, 4 people, if you have 4 people in it. Alright, so even for me, it's still cheap, like, so it is relatively cheap anyway compared to back home. But guys, so when you get the opportunity, guys, take it. Alright, make sure you get a nice villa for yourselves. You won't know yourselves, trust me. This is like, I'm talking 5-star luxury villas, like with your own pool, everything. Alright, you name it, kitchen, someone will come in and cook for you and everything. Yeah, someone will come in and cook for you, the whole lot, guys. It's just unbelievable. So if you have 2, 3, 4, 5 people maybe going with you, just imagine splitting that between like 60 different ways by 60 or 80 euro. That's nothing, guys. So there's like, so it's ridiculously cheap. You'd end up paying peanuts for a villa for the same price of what you pay for a hotel each. So mark my words, you want to take a villa. Alright, wherever you can, and there are plenty of them around everywhere in Bali, guys. They are absolutely everywhere. Right, so tip number 9, guys. Tip number 9, right. Basically, when you are traveling in Bali, you have to go to the Gili Islands, guys. The Gili Islands are sensational. I cannot tell you how tropical and how amazing these islands are. There is no such thing as cars, lorries, motorbikes, nothing. Alright? So you go from chaos to complete peace in the space of 2 hours travel, like. So what could be wrong with that? Right. So mark my words, guys, tip number 9 is a big one. Alright, do not bypass the gillies. Go to the gillies and spend as long as you can there, because you will not regret it. I spent a week there, and you know what, a week wasn't enough. I am definitely going back there again next year, and I'm going to go to Lombok Island next to it as well and climb Mount Rijani, which is a 4-day track. So it is, I've heard, but it'll be worth it. Tip number 10, guys. Right, tip number 10 is very easy. Okay, you don't want to stay in the same place the whole time. Okay, what I've done is I've moved around from place to place to place. Bali is not tiny, but it's not huge either. But it can take like 2-3 hours, and traffic over here is insane. So to get from about half an hour to get from one place to another could take you 2 hours in a car. Alright, so wherever you can, try and rent out a motorbike if you can. If you're not comfortable with that, you can get a motorbike taxi. Alright, which will, most taxis over here, even my taxi, I got a Bluebird taxi today, and I got one with a meter, and I said to him, once I get there, can you wait for me? He said, yeah, sure, 2-3 hours, whatever you want. Alright, and he'll wait there in a taxi for you, and you get to get back in a taxi and back home, and you just pay him then at the end on the meter. And it only cost me for the whole afternoon with my own taxi over there waiting for me and then back again. It only cost me about 15 euro. So it's incredibly cheap here, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Alright, I hope you find them a little bit helpful. I hope you will come to Bali, guys, because Bali is absolutely incredible. I cannot emphasize how much I love this island. I will definitely 100% be back here again next year, because there is so much more to see. I'm not going to even see half of what this island actually has to offer. So I will definitely be back here again next year. So guys, we will see you again in the next vlog, and have a look at what's coming next. I have a few things that a few clips from today, and I hope you enjoy them, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals